Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, Kevin. Good evening.
And your first name is?
My name is Uyi.
Uyi. Hi, Uyi.
Hi.
How old are you?
I am grown. I'm 35.
35. Yes, you are grown. So what did I get wrong,
Yeah,
Uyi?
I know that. No. I wasn't calling to say you got anything wrong, actually. I was just listening to the other woman who she says she's from Africa and she's 28. She's been here since she was 7. I've been here since I was 7. She doesn't sound 28, and I personally got a headache listening to her. But I'm not here to bash her. I just wanted to say I am a dark-skinned woman, and that has not stopped me from having options. Um, it hasn't, and
Okay.
yeah, like it has not. But I know that there were things that I needed to change about myself. I had very traditional parents,
Uh-huh.
and they encouraged me to get married at a younger age, but I was very much focused on school, and I'm a creative, I'm a writer,
Okay.
I do hair, I'm a nurse. And I found your channel last week, and I'm really happy that I did. It really I know you encourage a lot of women to seek counsel from their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's very traditional, and I didn't want him to be so involved, etc. But I have a newfound respect for him,
Really?
even more so since finding your channel. And
Oh,
I
that's
don't feel like it's too late for me, but I do
no, it's not
understand
too
that
late for you.
I don't feel like it's too late. And I do like older men anyway.
Did you
So
watch my show the other day where I had someone who called in and she's married in her late 40s or 50s? And I know this person. I've known her for a long
I know
time.
about the show. I've been literally watching your show every single day. Like when I get off work, I'm like, okay, I turned on your show and I think I watched every episode. And I've gained so much knowledge. I'm actually following you on Instagram. The last thing you were talking about, I think the last time you were sitting in your car, I'm literally just taking it all in because I know the mistakes that I've made. I was super picky, and I was super focused on school, and I had so many creative things I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And being married was not a priority. There was a time I didn't want to be married just because I had so many bad examples. Like I was seeing other people's relationship just crash and burn, and I didn't want to be
Let, let me
in
let
those
me ask you
positions.
let me ask
And
you let me ask you some questions real quick. You
yes,
said
yes,
you have a newfound respect for your father. Have you
yes.
actually
And
communicated with
I-
him recently?
oh yes, and he's heard me listening to you. Like he's like, "Oh my, what are you listening to on YouTube?" I said,
So
"Yes, this
so
man, Kevin."
so how is that? How has this newfound respect for your father impacted you guys' relationship in the last 30 days?
Oh, we've always had a great relationship. My whole thing was with actually meeting men. I didn't want my dad to be the one because I felt like, oh, he's so traditional, and I didn't really want
Right.
a traditional African man. But I've told him, I said, Dad, he's like, people want to meet you. They want to meet you. What is this, And I've decided and I've learned that I would rather someone who just, it's not about, oh, I don't want my dad to pick my husband.
Right.
My father knew best. He's a man. He raised 6 daughters, 2 sons,
Uh-huh.
and he migrated here. I was 7 when we came, and he was always in our lives, very supportive. And I just wanted to have that. I wanted to be the one to choose. And I do regret that.
Mm-hmm.
But out of respect for where I was mentally, I'm not going to live in regret. I'm literally trying my best. I know you say, first thing you ask, what's your height? What's your weight? What's your dress size? Are you competitive for the kind of man that you want? And I had to really swallow that hard pill that my degree did not matter.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Men that I meet don't even ask me, oh, what do you do? It's just like, oh, I love your voice, or I love your smile, or oh, you look exotic. That's what I get. But I always had this notion that I better have all these achievements, or else like a guy can leave me in the dust. But I was operating from a state of fear. And when I really started to dive deep, it was very, very painful. a couple months, like it's been like almost a year now of going in like, okay, you girl, you know that you played a big role in this, you know,
Right.
and
So
the
let me
women who
ask you
call,
before. So you
yeah,
sound like you have been watching, and I'm glad to hear you've reached out to your
really been
father,
on,
and but I have a another question is
yeah.
was it was it hard to hear some of the stuff that I said initially?
You know what? I will say the first video that I watched,
Okay.
and you were talking to a woman, the different women, and I can tell by by the way some of them spoke, like maybe where they were from. And one lady commented and says, "Oh, he talks to Black women differently," something like that. And I remember commenting, I was like, "Oh, it seems like that too. Why don't you just take the gems?" I've been looking for that comment so I could delete it. When I tell you, like, the patience that you have for the people that call is like paramount, and you're like, you're so patient. And I had to see that after watching the second video, I'm like, wait a minute, these people that are calling are really, can you hear me? Oh, and then the deflection and the lying, like the woman who's, well, I don't know, she didn't want to say where she was from. She has a son. She said she was married to a cop
Mm-hmm.
and that she has custody. And I was just like, wow, there's so many people just calling and lying. Like, why even call, you know?
Well.
But anyway, no, I don't think that you talk down to anyone. I think that you are a straight shooter. We're calling your show. You know, these are things that you charge for.
Mm-hmm.
And people are deflecting and trying to make themselves look good. I'm coming, and I think that the more humble I've become, it just made me better. It just made me happier. I wasn't miserable, but
Right.
I know that a lot of this delay
Mm-hmm.
was because of me. Was really it wasn't, oh, I'm dark skinned, I'm African.
Right.
Yes, when I was growing up, oh, you're beautiful for a dark skinned girl. Yes, I heard that growing up. But when you get older, you have to take responsibility for the way you think, the way you live your life.
Well,
You have
do
to
me a
adult.
favor. Do me a favor.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that this has improved. You sound like you're in a
Oh yeah.
better place. I have my Facebook group. Uh, go ahead
Okay.
and join the group because see, I can tell people who are really started to do the work because there's an uplift or hope sound in the voice, and men key on that more. I said feminine, beautiful, and inspirational for a reason. I could have picked
Yes.
any word out of the English language. I chose the I for a very specific reason. And it's something that women have that they can give to men. So thank you for calling in. I appreciate you being the first caller to call in, especially because
You're
I
welcome.
expected to get some heat tonight. And I'm going to get it, though.
Oh no, I love this. No, thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
just being
Keep watching.
honest. And what's the group? What's the group on Facebook?
It's called The Mix, and there'll be a link in the description, in the
Okay,
chat
I'll
room.
check it out.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Kevin.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
This conversation stood out because it was less about disagreement and more about self-awareness and personal growth. The 35-year-old caller admitted that she had spent much of her younger years focused on education rather than marriage. She also shared that she had always been attracted to older men and described her father as someone with more traditional values. Unlike many callers who defended every past decision, she openly acknowledged that there were things she needed to change about herself. When Kevin discussed how men often prioritize qualities beyond education when choosing a wife, she agreed that her degree had not carried the importance she once believed it would. As the discussion continued, she accepted responsibility for the choices she had made and recognized that some of her earlier priorities had delayed the future she ultimately wanted. Kevin noted the difference in her approach. Rather than arguing or looking for excuses, she listened, reflected, and accepted the role her own decisions had played in her dating life. He encouraged her to continue working on herself, explaining that genuine growth starts with honest self-evaluation. What made this conversation different was that it wasn't centered on proving someone wrong. Instead, it highlighted how being willing to admit mistakes can create opportunities for meaningful change. The biggest takeaway is that accountability isn't about dwelling on the past. It's about learning from it and making better decisions moving forward. Kevin's message was simple. Once you recognize what needs to change, keep doing the work. What do you think? Is accountability one of the most important qualities someone can have when trying to build a successful long-term relationship?